Okay. So it's on right now?
Yep.
Okay. Being that 7 o'clock, the call this town board meeting to order. The fire exits are outside of that door at each end of the hall. There is a defibrillator across the hall if one is needed. We will start with the pledge of allegiance to the flag and a moment of silence for all deceased residents of Hampton. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we will continue with our invocation from Pastor Nick Russo,
Yes.
from Walker Bible Baptist Church.
All right. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for tonight. Thank you for the beautiful weather that you've blessed us with. Thank you for the town and the freedoms that we have in this place. Thank you for the country that we get to live in. And decisions. I pray that you give them wisdom tonight. I pray that you bless this meeting. And God, you be pleased with what is said and done here. I pray this all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we'll continue with the roll call.
Robot,
Here.
Wright.
Here.
Boko, Jaeger,
Or excused.
Buzz.
Here. Now we have the public forum. If you want to talk to the board, please state your name and address. And try to keep it to like 3 to 5 minutes. We may answer you, we may not. It depends on whatever. So is there anybody who wants to talk? Okay,
Should I go up here or just from?
you can stand right there. You're
Okay,
fine.
sure. So hi everyone, my name is Monica Twarog, and I'm a community affairs consultant who's working with New Leaf Energy to explore potentially developing 2 small community-sized solar projects on 2 adjacent parcels owned by Woodrise Forestry Services. Those parcels are on Redmond Road in Hamlin. And I am just here to formally introduce myself to the board, and either right now or after the meeting, I would like to give you all my card if possible, and hopefully schedule some preliminary conversations to explore whether this is a possibility.
Right now, we do have a solar moratorium on.
Yes.
I know that just because we want to rewrite the law.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, a lot of the decommissioning is what we're worried about, that that's getting old. There's no thing in there to say, well, for price escalation over the years. So we want to, that's what we're kind of working on right now.
Definitely. So we definitely know there's a moratorium, and we would love to hear any of your thoughts on decommissioning, any other concerns or anything that you have, to explore whether we can find any studies, experts, information that would help educate or inform you or alleviate any of your concerns or anything like that in the future. And as you develop a new bylaw.
Okay. Do you want to talk to the people right now? I mean, later on afterwards, or do you want to just give me your card?
If you would like, I can just give everyone my card now.
You
or
can- Yeah,
push
you
it
can
out
do that
there.
right now, that's fine.
And also any members of the public, I also am always available to talk to anyone here or that you guys hear of moving forward.
Okay.
Yes, nice to meet you all.
You want to label it for Joel?
Yes,
I'll take
sorry
one
about
so I can spell your name right.
Of course.
Thank
Here we go.
you.
Thank you. Can I have one here first?
Oh, of course.
Thank you. Anybody else? Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anybody else who wants to speak to the board? Right. All right, seeing that there's no one else, we're going to close the public forum. Requesting town board resolution to approve the regular town board meeting minutes of April 30th, 2025.
So moved. Second.
Burbach,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Volkel, Bus.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution to approve the payment of bills from their respective funds.
So moved. Second.
Burbach,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Volkel, Bus.
Yes. Supervisor's monthly report is now in file. Requesting town board resolution for the purchase and installation of one fire detection alarm system at 80 Railroad Ave, the new cold storage building. All materials and labor to be provided by Solution One Incorporated. Total price for system purchase, installation, and 1 year central station monitoring to be $9,240. Monies to be used from account number 885132.4. Any questions?
So moved. Second.
Wright. Wright.
Yes.
I know, Burbach.
Oh, you're
Changing
changing
it
it.
up. Volkel. Bus.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution to accept the following budget amendment. Now, I put a decrease there before I read that off. That should be increase and increase. She wasn't here Friday, and I just went and put decrease, and so with that change, increase revenue account A0599, $4,000, increase expense account A8810.10, $4,000. Second one is the cemetery. That's what that account is. The first one is our, our money that our.
Appropriate.
Yeah, appropriate fund.
So moved. Second.
Burbach,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Volkel, Bus.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution to qualify 2 old soccer goals and the inflatable movie screen as surplus equipment and to sell at public auction.
So moved. Second.
Giving a new screen or?
We're not doing anything. We think that'll rot away where it is. We haven't done it. I know every time I actually tried it, it rained up that day.
Right.
She could pick a day, it could be 30 days without rain, and she'd set that thing up and it would rain.
Rain.
Drought. Burbach,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Volkel, Bus.
Yes. Requesting town board resolution to make the following budget amendments. Library, increased revenue account L2770.41. Library grant refund miscellaneous, $6,050.95. Increased expense account L7410.424. FFRPL fund, $6,050.95. Increased revenue account L0599.00 fund balance, $2,019.25. Increased expense account L7410.416 heat and AC expenses, $2,019.25. Increased revenue account L0599.00 fund balance, $2,481.85. Increased expense account L7410.413 maintenance expense, $2,481.85. It's all the library. She came over and talked to her. I mean, I think that first one is, she gets a grant every year. And it has to go, it's supposed to just be like a quiet, but it's a quiet grant. And she has to spend it. The second one is, well, it says heat and AC expenses. I don't know what she needs for it. I thought everything was done. I wasn't told. And then the other thing is the maintenance expense. And I wasn't told who that was either.
Why are we spending more?
Unless it's for the, she's elected for the
Makes sense. Let's say you need air conditioning.
I can find out tomorrow. Email you all. I can look at the actual bills or whatever. Did it say,
I
anymore?
don't see any in there for heating
No.
or any
I can bring them tomorrow. I know they didn't tell me either,
Purblock,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Vogel, Bus.
so, yes. Are there any more resolutions?
We can never do anything, let us know.
Okay, yes.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good night. We took a tree.
Seeing that there isn't any more resolutions, we'll start with reports. Just because Joel always reads this one. Yep, there it is. The Hammond Dog Shelter, Hammond costs for service 7, phone calls 12. Dogs in shelter 4, dogs adopted 0, dogs redeemed owner 4. Total number of dogs at the shelter is 4. Clarkson used truck 1, Sweden used truck 3. Rabies clinic was very successful with over 150 pets, even in pouring rain, thanks to all the volunteers and help. Meet with Steve and review compliance agenda. Steve and I are working together on it for the New York State compliance agenda. And that's a dog clinic. So, being that said, our council person local, do you want to give your report?
It'll be really quick. The chamber meets this Wednesday, the history committee meets tomorrow. And they did send me a message that they called, they want to go install that West Fire.
No, it's not. It was-
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be done sooner than later. Okay. Okay, very good. Councilperson Ryan.
Okay, so as of right now, we have 6 pictures, and I got an email today for 3 more, so it's up to 9 pictures. All of a sudden in the last 2 weeks. So we'll have to talk about whatever for the polls or for that. It's gonna take a while, probably gonna take at least 2 to 3 months to get everything all printed out, and they have to send the proofs back, of what the banners are gonna look like. And they, all the families have to approve it, make sure they like what the picture looks like. So it's gonna take a little bit. The ceremony at the VFW is for May 26th at 11 o'clock. There'll be food afterwards. Jackie Smith is our guest speaker, and the flags got put up on the poles. Thanks. They took them 3 times to come back and get all the flags, but it was kind of funny. They kept driving away, but they hadn't gotten all the flags yet. Beef on Wick is May 17th, whether it be taken or take out or eat in. It's noon till dawn. We're going to set up the cemetery flags on the 17th. And our post cleanup is on the 18th. Senior group, they had the drone group come out, and they did a presentation for the seniors. It took almost 45 minutes for all the questions, because they kept wondering how it works. And they didn't actually fly it in the gym, but they basically went over all the protocols on how and when they get called. I went to the mansion up in Brockport on Thursday night. The home is just amazing. They still got a lot of work to do in the back part, and the parking lot is kind of in a mess. But the home was built in 1905. The seniors are gonna have their Christmas get-together there. Hilton Fire, Parma, didn't have much. That apparently they're still working on the tax district, was about the only thing that they brought up. conservative meeting, our conservation meeting, area one is way ahead of schedule as it stands right now, and hopefully it'll be completed by this fall. The tree giveaway was good. We'll probably be getting a few less. We had 600 trees that gave out, and we'll probably only do 500 next year. Hamlet Ambulance, they had 100 calls for April, and as of May 1st, they got 448 calls, which is just crazy. They're up 16% from last year, and EMS week is 18th, May 18th through the 24th. That's all
Okay. Councilperson. Yes, Earl.
Sorry. Planning board, May 5th. There's a continuing public hearing for the 829 Moscow Road, for a special use permit for landscaping business. And they went above and beyond, making sure everything was addressed, all the issues were addressed, and they approved that permit for them. Conservation Corridor Development Permit for 5852 West Oklahoma Beach Road, for a generator that is approved. Conservation Corridor Development Permit for 5872 West Oklahoma, for a 4-foot. Also approved. Hamlin Morton Walker District, I was out of town for that meeting, so I had to wait for that.
The Highway Superintendent, Mike German.
Finished up at the spring junk drop off, that went very well, but definitely lighter than most years in the past. And I think the weather didn't really play a big part in it. Some of the days where we think we had people in the room, we didn't think we should, there were people, but definitely noticeably lighter. Working on brush pickup right now, a little bit behind on that, because we had a mandatory insurance class last week, I think, chunk out in the middle of the day. So we should be wrapping that up this week. And next week we start Monday with some prep work on West Oklahoma for the paving, which will be paving on Tuesday. Catching potholes for the sprays and full of oil and stone in the road. Church Road, our stretch of Church Road patched up. And we'll go around and get all of our other roads. Fields, we've got soccer fields painted today, but they are quite messy. Pretty kind of grass, but so there'll be some cleanup from that, trying to get through the park, the different parks. Things are coming along now. It's driving
Our assessor, Liz.
Everything's all set for grievance day. It's Tuesday, May 27th, right here in the boardroom from 4 to 8 p.m. I have 2 people already signed up for it. They're going to come. To know that I just want to clarify. For the letter that we're going to draft about the ADU, is the letter inviting them to a meeting, or is it setting a public hearing? I'm confused about which one it is.
What do you use? I'm confused about your.
Remember, Jennifer, remember we talked about sending a letter to the lakefront people who had the lots, and we were going to either have a meeting or a public
Oh.
hearing, and last time we talked about it, you used both words, public hearing and meeting. So before I draft up a letter, because Jennifer asked me to draft up a letter, I need to know which one is it that's supposed to be in the letter. Am I inviting them to a meeting or to a public hearing?
Public hearing would have to be published.
So
It's
I'm
not a
inviting
letter.
them to a meeting? Is that what I'm doing?
A
We would-
discussion, I mean, the that what we're doing first, is to just have them come and,
I would almost think you have to give a little information first.
Yeah.
I know we started that months ago and then we got, didn't go any further on it.
Well, we're waiting for everybody to come back before
Right.
primarily.
I mean, you could have a meeting just to discuss it,
Okay,
but a public hearing has to be published.
so we're inviting them to a discussion, a meeting here. So I need like a date and time that I'm gonna put in this letter that you want me to draft up. And I can state it's about, we're gonna have the discussions about the EDUs from the waterfront.
Do you guys, I personally don't think a meeting is necessary. I think we've had meetings and not about this. I think just having a public hearing would be sufficient. That's just my opinion. I mean, I think a public hearing is the same as a meeting. It just gives them an opportunity to, we could convey all the same message in a public hearing as we could in a meeting. I just feel like it's a little, do you think that's my opinion. Does anyone else think we need to have a meeting and a public hearing?
I thought we were gonna have a meeting just so we could all talk about it and everything and see what they're, before we actually put a proposal before them in a public hearing, weren't we? I'm trying to remember for months
I
ago.
don't remember, I need to couple of meetings.
What are you gonna do? I mean, at the public hearing, what are you gonna do? Have you already decided what your plan is to do with the EDUs and what you're gonna change?
I think the discussion was that, I felt you had suggested, let the public weigh in at a public hearing and then make a decision.
What are you having a public hearing about? Are you having a public hearing about changing? That's what I'm saying. You have to have a reason to have a public hearing. Not just having them.
Plan.
Well,
Yeah, you have to have a plan.
It would change, you had figures at one point, what it would change.
I did, and it was very minimal.
Right.
I did that.
So basically, that information has to be, you have to fill that district in with that information. And whether it be in a letter,
So,
send the letter out with the information, and then along with that letter, a date for a public hearing.
But remember, you can't send a date for a public hearing. You have to publish it.
Yeah, right, it has to get
It has to be
publicized.
published. You can't just send a letter.
Well, can we
Well, it would be in
publish it
addition.
and in addition, put the
Yes.
information in the
Right.
letter? I think
and
that's
state that
what-
we're having a public hearing regarding this information that's in the letter.
You could, yeah.
As long as the letter's sent out well enough
Yes.
ahead, where- to give you timeline.
I was thinking the same
To-
thing, at
to
least
publish.
6 weeks, right? 6 weeks before, so people have a chance, right?
At least 6 weeks before, because the publication doesn't, publication 10
10 to
days.
20 days.
Yeah.
Cause I know we were talking about it, cause, some people it's gonna help and other people it's gonna increase their taxes.
Not
So
by
that-
much, it wasn't a whole lot, it was
I
very
know,
little.
but it's still gonna increase their
I
taxes.
understand, but it was minimal.
I realize that. But still, you're gonna increase their taxes, so I thought
All
that's
they
why.
hear is increase, they don't hear minimum.
all I hear.
That's
all I'm hearing. I thought that's why we were gonna have the meeting to see what the feel was in the public before we actually went to a public hearing and said, this is what we're doing.
That's fine.
No, I said, wasn't that why we said, I know we said we're gonna have a meet before, to see, you're right, what the public said about it. Because like I said, I know, some is gonna drop, some is gonna raise.
Can't you do that in a public hearing though, isn't that the
Yeah,
same
that's
thing?
what I mean.
So you can hear what they say in the public hearing and then make a decision? We're on like a deadline for this year, for change that of October. That would be the absolute latest I could do anything for this tax law, is October, to
Right.
change it.
So you can put together your plan about what you wanna do to change it, whatever you had previously. Put that out in the public, at the public hearing. You don't have to approve it at the public hearing. You can always say, there's too much opposition against it, we're gonna.
Well, yeah, you could table that until the next meeting.
Mhm.
The vote, we could table till the next meeting. Just do the public hearing one night.
You get it all done.
Have a one is supposed to have this meeting, another meeting, I think the public.
So can I ask a question? Can we do this like by July? If I draft this letter, I'll give it to you morning for approval in Jennifer. I mean, can we do it like July or August? So it's, I got a few projects I'm working on, so this is just an addition. Is that too much to ask?
So you want us to set the date?
Yeah, because if I'm gonna draft this letter, I want the date in the letter. I mean, I don't care what you guys do either way, but if you want me to do this, I just need ample time to get it together.
I would say either early or mid-July. What is everybody have for? You guys know your schedule.
Do it for the 14th of July. For the public hearing.
No. I don't wanna do it the same night as what we have. I'd rather not, in case it runs, if it runs late, I'd rather not do it the same night we do a town hall. I mean, if there's a lot of discussion, we're gonna have to just stop the meeting. I see what you're saying, so we just have one,
Yeah.
but
You're gonna do it-
you never know, I've seen them go for 2 hours.
You wanna do it on a Wednesday when our second meeting?
I mean, I was looking at either like 9 to 10,
I was
something
thinking
like
was
that.
that Wednesday the ninth. Is that feasible?
July 9th, you said? So now with that said, I have two more questions. Is the letter going to every single person in that district, or is it only going to the people with the lots?
No, it's
No,
gotta,
it's
it's
gotta go to
gotta go to
everybody.
everybody.
So we're doing it at 6?
On the 9th, and then when do you want the letters out by?
6:30.
30?
Well, the letter, I'm trying to give you at least 6 weeks for the letters, so they should go out next week or something like that. That'll give you 6 weeks.
By next week, you want to go out?
2.
I heard it. That's great, ready to agree this, but that's okay. Can I have to the end of May, that week at the end of grievance?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
perfect,
fine.
okay. Okay, you answer the second one.
Okay.
I'll
Could
give,
you just email us a copy when you get the letter draft?
Yeah.
yes. Yes, I will, but I just don't want 6 of you firing back at you to change this, and this, so.
Well, there's only one not here, so.
Right, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you firing back at me. Yes, I
As long
absolutely.
as you know what to expect.
I will send that to you all.
All right. Rob, do you have anything?
I do not.
Okay.
Didn't write it down, but how many, was there 17,000
What's that?
fish?
Which fish?
That's what I couldn't remember. What-
There's all kinds of fish
I
going in.
know, you had 17,000.
So we had, there was 17,000 steelhead that were stocked in,
Okay.
the April timeframe. But we pen reared and then we released them in April. Atlantic salmon stocking, were direct stocked also. In the past month, 55,000 of them. And then brown trout were just stocked at Yantee Creek. They basically do it right there at the launch of the lake. Those were done a couple of weeks ago. So that's the World Fish, New York State BC fish stocking in Hamlin. Lots and lots of fish.
Good. Since Joel wasn't here for zoning, is there anything about zoning?
No, I think we're all set.
Okay.
This will be our first month of, no, agenda, then public hearing, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
So we're gonna go direct.
So instead of them coming in, explaining what they're doing, having to wait a whole nother month to get their application before the board, public notice has gone out, that for that meeting, and they're gonna do their application right at that meeting. So it'll be done in 1 month instead of 2 months.
Town clerk, hey, Joe.
I just wanted to add a note about the rabies clinic. I was open here in the office and it was a steady flow of people coming in. I had a little bit of a line a couple of times, but everybody was very appreciative to be able to take care of their dogs right afterwards. That was great. I was nice and tried. So that was nice. So the 2024, we're down to 42 out of the 83. Yep, and and from January to March for this year, we have just 20 laid dogs. We can get that number down with more phone calls and stuff, because we still are working on that part. How did you get the 2024? 83 to 42. Yeah. Well, we called everybody to let them know about the rabies clinic. And then half of them maybe only needed to update their rabies. The other half just didn't come and pay. So they were like, oh yeah, we gotta do that. So a lot of work on the phone. And then I also got a road closure for Redmond Road between Jacobs and Morton, starting on May 27th. It's that time of
Another
year.
detour.
Replacing the bridge, tearing that old bridge out the dip.
Great.
That's all I got.
What's that timeline?
May 27th until approximately October 1st.
Well, thank God it's not a lift bridge, so. we
Yeah.
should be good.
Yeah. And that's Redmond Road between Jacobs and Morton.
Thanks.
Because I don't know if it was,
Is it strange to see this much infrastructure stuff? Because
The
that's a,
state came out, last year, the state came out with 4 bridges in town that they gave money to,
really, I mean, that's.
which is strange, because we've been pleading for years and doing nothing, and all of a sudden,
Right, all of a sudden, right.
4 all of a sudden, so.
Hmm.
Whatever. Don't look, we try not to look and give to us in the mouth.
It's a pain in the butt, but it's a good thing,
Yeah,
long term,
there's still a couple more to do.
I'm sure.
No, I mean, I think they're next year, I think.
6 of them altogether, so. North Carolina Road between the forks this year, Redmond Road this year, Walker Road next year, our bridge on Weiler Road next year.
Jacobs Road.
Jacobs Road next year, and then Moscow Road most likely is gonna roll into 27. So 6 bridges in 3 years.
Now, they just spent a little bit more money when they paved Route 18 last week.
That wasn't paving.
Oh, that's how you call that?
That was not paving.
We were working on 18 and, right in front of where they're doing work, and my kid's truck's parked at the road, so we went out there to move it, and the guy goes, oh, no, you don't have to do that. We'll just work around you. He goes, absolutely not, I'm gonna move my truck, like, they were just gonna skip it in front of the customer's house, I can imagine, like, him going, oh, thanks for not moving your truck, so now there's potholes in front of the house. Yeah, the guy was just like, oh, no, don't worry about it. They're just on a pace, you know? So, like, okay.
I've been just again working at different things. Like I said, we went down, I've been meeting, met with the dog warden about the state stuff we have to do. Been working on with recreation, trying to help get everything done. We are doing an aging thing. We have a meeting tomorrow about aging, trying to get grants for up there, but we're gonna do a study. Monroe County is actually doing a study, they're gonna help us. We're gonna put it on with the recreation postcards that they send around. Cause this one's like a 13-page survey. Plus then we'll have Michelle take it to the senior center. See if she can hand it out to them and whether they'll do it. Before we get any grants for up there, we have to do a survey anyway, so this would help do it. It's just all the other stuff going on. I mean, there's, like I said, grants for the town hall, still working on that. Grants for everything we're trying to do. I mean, get another building possibly out in the playground. Working on what kind of playground equipment. That $95,000. So,
You know, I know Dave had wanted to apply for the grant for the shelter, like, I think he said first quarter this year.
too late. Have to see about doing something in the fall, get something first going.
When
No,
are all those mandates, like, supposed to be?
by the end of next year, you're supposed to have something done by this year, or some plan in place, and then they'll give you like next year to get your plan taken care of. I actually have a meeting tomorrow also with Ton of Chile just built a brand new dog shelter, so I'm going to look at that tomorrow morning. The state told me to go to Greece, and I go, we're not Greece. That was like $1.5 million Taj Mahal. So Hamlin can't do that. So we're gonna look at a couple, maybe get some ideas and see what we're gonna do. Rehab the one we got, or put a whole new one up, see what the prices are.
Just a quick question. You said you heard from the board. Have you heard anything more?
I have not heard anything more. I mean, that was late last week, I heard from them, and I did not call them today about the water stuff to
Right.
see.
Just to see where they're at.
Anything on setting up for the history center?
Not yet. I know he's busy and everything too.
I looked into a Rob's 50-inch TV, and that was 60 or whatever. It fits a 50 over there. And I did like 3 different places. It was like $300 to $400 is all. It came with a wall mount, in case anybody feels like you can do that. And anything more on the railing out there?
No, I haven't heard from him yet either.
Because I noticed we were looking the other day, like the railing on the east side there, that could actually, because there's space there, that could actually move, so they would be more even.
I said the only railings I see right now are like, you gotta almost put a metal one up
Yeah.
for right there in that
In
spot.
that spot.
It's- Right now, we don't have a metalworking guy. You can buy one from Lowe's or whatever. That would work, but it looks like an outdoor railing. It's not.
What was the?
We're trying to find a metal railing to go, these front steps
Oh,
right
for the
here,
front,
going to the
Inside?
outside.
Oh,
Inside, yeah.
inside.
Inside, in between, to
The
split,
stairs and the,
split the stairs in two with that metal railing so people can hold
Well,
on to.
2 things.
Some of the elderly folks are having trouble, because it's so wide there, holding on to one and trying to get up the stairs, even though they got the ramp back there.
like you want something going down the middle of the stairs?
Yeah,
Yes.
So you can,
so that you can use both railings that
If
way.
you know of somebody, let me know. Or something, you know.
I mean, there is, companies that would fabricate one.
We'll get together.
And it would be,
Show me something, whatever you and I can talk or whatever.
Something like that, probably have to be custom made that, for the application.
Like I said, I know I looked at one of the Lowe's, it's a metal thing, it's got just metal like this, and then it's got all just like a cable going down, so in case somebody did fall, you don't go get caught underneath of the railing and stuff. But it's acting outdoor railing, that's what it looks like too. Yeah, give me a shout, we can talk about that, that's fine. Any other discussion?
We're doing this driveway
The driveway up there by the,
just because I need to know what you want. Moving forward.
Are you talking about the
driveway
car
up,
wash easement?
yeah, the car wash.
Mhm.
I mean, if we ever get somebody to go in there, I'm not gonna grind it up with a brand new driveway, and then kind of trucks and go driving over and smashing it, so I mean, for right now, if you can, that patch trunk or whatever you're getting, maybe fill in a couple of more of those things with that.
Then if we, and that's fine, that's not a problem. But the easement says it's shared means.
Yes,
So at what point do you want me to stop?
well, as I say, we're gonna do minimum until I thought they were gonna be here tonight, that's what they said they were gonna. But I have to call them, those people up again and see, all right, it does, I sent them a copy of this, so.
It also it doesn't say anything about the town doing the maintenance, if they just said they share the cost.
That's for, since that's been signed, I mean, obviously that's 22, and we're only in the beginning of 25. For at least 2 years, the town has took all the burden of the cost.
Patch,
So
right.
that's, I guess, what I'm really looking for is at what point do you want me to stop and you're gonna say, look, we've done this, you're,
Well, I would say for now, probably just use that patch hole machine, the oil and stone machine. I know there's a few up there that are like that, which that machine is perfect for it.
you know, just do.
And then
do
that's
this
it.
one time,
Yes,
and then if they
I'll
come
get-
to
I'll-
me, they gotta come to you.
they just got a copy of that, they haven't called me back since. So I need to discuss with them, saying, okay, here, this is,
So they finish what we started, and
this is what
then
we started, and
if
that's
they
it.
call me, and then everything else has to go through you.
Yeah, I'll talk to them and see what,
They got a copy of that. They've had a copy of
well, it just got sold.
this. No, they've had it since they purchased the car wash.
Oh, okay. She told, or this person told me they did.
I'm not sure.
As long as you keep track of what your costs have been up there, like we, the town has spent this today.
So if, and that's fine, if that's what you want me to do, what are my costs? What am I, when guys go up, are they charged hourly rate plus fringe to the cost? I need to know what to keep track of, because I've never had to bill anybody for this kind of work.
Cost to me are materials and labor, like anything you pay an outside company to come in and do. If we hired it out, well, you know, what would
Well,
we pay materials?
What does that say? No, I mean, as far as snow plowing also.
It doesn't say anything about snow
Well, it
plowing.
says stuff about maintenance. I
It just says
know.
maintenance, and you'll share in the cost of regular periodic maintenance of the easement area. It says share,
I know it, but does that say, we never snow plow it?
you don't have to snow plow.
Is that considered maintenance?
Maintenance is, you know, taking care of the road itself,
Repairing.
repairing it and that, yeah. The only time that you, the town, is responsible to pay for everything is if you damage.
Right, if we, like, we have trucks rolling over to a new place and we damage the road, we fix it. I always wanted, I didn't know snow plowing and stuff was part of maintenance. I was trying not to do too much and say, all right, you owe us, and then they had to come back, well, you better start plowing.
Right, and it's not, maintenance isn't that, it's,
So it's just maintaining the road surface.
right.
So time and materials is unemployed with their fringe, the whole package.
Well, if you went out to a regular,
If I went to work for the county, that's what they would get charged.
right, but I mean, if you went and hired some paving company to come in, they're including their fringe benefits and their cost to you.
So I would wait until we finish and get that to you.
Mail's alcohol. Anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
Who said?
Second.
Second.
I'm waiting for that. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
So, just so-
Yes.
I don't know either, I was expecting,
You told- okay.
they need to be here too.